Here we go again. Shit never stops. I'm sitting here I watch reaction videos. One of the people I react to has a YouTube channel. His name is Tyrone Magnus. I enjoy his channel. It's not my favorite. Not anything against him, just the content. It's hit or miss for me. He'll do like try not to laugh challenges where I'll watch clips of the Family Guy or some shit, It's just like, that's really not, I'll check it out here or there, but I personally, I like reaction videos where they react to hip-hop music or stand-up comedy, things like that. Things that I enjoy because that's why we sit down with friends and family, people we care about, to watch a movie or something like that, that we've already seen. We watch it because we want to see that person that we care about react to it. Because once we've seen it, we can't watch it for the first time again. But what we can do is watch somebody else watch it for the first time. That's why we enjoy it. And this guy was talking about Rayshard Brooks. Anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about is he was a 27-year-old black man, fell asleep in his car in a Wendy's drive-thru. The Wendy's calls the cops. They show up, knock on his door several times, get him out of his car. They say, "Did you have anything to drink?" He says, "Yeah, I had 1.5 drinks." Later on, he says he had a few. Story's changing. They give him a field sobriety test. He fails it. They attempt to lock him up. This is all on camera. This is on body cam. This is on camera from people in the drive-thru filming it with their phone, and on a CCTV camera from whatever building is next door, I assume. As soon as they try to arrest him, he resists arrest. He fights both cops. Starts getting the upper hand, beating the shit out of him. I don't want to say beating the shit out of him. There's no reason to, make it sound worse than it is. But he's getting the upper hand. A cop pulls out a taser, tries to fire it on him. He takes the taser. Then he punches another cop in the face. Runs off. As he's running, he turns around, points the taser at the cops. The cops shoot him. Boom, boom. 2 shots. Dead. And this fucking idiot Tyrone Magnus. I like this guy. But boy, is he fucking off on this shit. He literally says in this video, and if I think about it, I'll put a link in the description so you can watch the idiocy ensue. He says he talked to a cop, and the cop told him that tasers are considered non-lethal weapons. Alright, first off, people have gotten killed from being tased too long. You could find video after video after video, like real videos on YouTube, where cops have tased them and didn't let off the trigger, and just zapped them for fucking 10, 20 seconds. Their fucking heart stops. Tasers are not non-lethal. They're less than lethal. The same way beanbag rounds, shotgun rounds, are less than lethal. The same way rubber bullets are less than lethal. They're not non-lethal. You can still kill somebody, but they're considered less than lethal tactics. And this fucking guy, black guy, of course, always going to side. Brother's going to side with the brothers. You can sit there and fucking call me racist all you want, but it is what it is. Even black people admit to it. Watch Candace Owens, watch Brandon Tatum, so on and so forth. There's plenty of people out there that will agree with me on this that are black. But this guy says in this video, he goes, he goes, so the black man had a non-lethal weapon, and the police officer's response was to use a lethal weapon against his non-lethal weapon. And he's talking like he's an educated man. He just sounds like a fucking idiot. It's like, you're not in... First off, what if the cop that told you it was non-lethal was wrong? What if the cop misunderstood what you said? Or what if you misunderstood what he said? Like, it's like you're basing an entire argument around one cop and what he said. And I said in my comment, I'm like, what if it wasn't a taser that the guy took? What if the cop actually drew his service weapon? And that's what the guy got his hands on. And you know, let's remove that, because that's not what happened. So we don't have to go with the what ifs on that. But let's go with the what ifs on the simple fact that it's the cop's job to defend other people. This isn't some vacant parking lot where there's just two cops and a bad guy, a criminal. There's a line full of people in a drive-thru. What if this guy decided to turn a taser on somebody in their car? What if he decided to hit an innocent civilian with a taser because he wanted to take their car? What if they died? What if they had a pacemaker and it fucked up their heart and they died? There's all kinds of what ifs. But you know what the main what if is that matters is, what if he just allowed himself to be arrested? Is that hard to fucking understand? Why is this fucking guy, Tyrone Magnus, black guy, defending the death of another black guy at the hands of two white cops? You know what you don't do in life if you want to succeed? You don't drink and drive. And if you do drink and drive, you don't fall asleep in a drive-through parking lot, in a drive-through lane. And if you do drink and drive and you fall asleep in a drive-through lane, when the cops come and get you, you just accept it as a loss, and you go to jail, and you do your best to get back to your way of life afterwards. What you don't do is swing on the cop. And if you're gonna swing on the cop, you don't take their taser. And if you're gonna take their taser, you don't run with the taser. And if you're gonna fucking run with the taser, you don't turn around while running and aim it and fire it back at the two police that have lethal weapons aimed at you. And if you don't do all of those things, you'll probably be just fine. But if you're a fucking idiot and you say, fuck this, I'm not getting locked up today, even though I'm in my car and my tags are registered and they can run them and they know where I live and they know my name, so even if I run and get away right now, I'm still going to get caught. They'll probably be at my house waiting for me. But, instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight these cops. I'm going to punch one in the face. I'm going to steal the man's taser. I'm going to throw him around like rag dolls. I'm going to run, resisting arrest. And then I'm going to also point a fucking deadly weapon at the cops and hope that they don't fucking shoot me. Whoops. Guess you made a long string of bad decisions there, Rayshard Brooks. Fuck you. You're dead. Thinning the herd. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're white, Hispanic, Native American, black, Asian. Fuck you. If you were my brother and you did that, I wouldn't have any love lost. I'd be like, hey, you're a fucking idiot. You shouldn't have done that. You'd be alive right now if you didn't do that. But you did it, so you're lost. Why is everybody making excuses for these fucking people? Family members sitting there talking about how great of a guy he was. As always, every time a black guy dies, black family. Hey, he's such a great guy. He was innocent. Really? Did you not watch the footage I watched? Seemed pretty far from fucking innocent. He was, and then you got this guy Tyrone Magnus. He's like, he didn't deserve to die. Really? What about all the other people in the parking lot? Do their lives not matter? Is it not the police officers' jobs to take care of them, to keep them safe? I mean, from my standpoint, when you got a guy that is beating the shit out of two cops, steals your taser, runs, points the taser back at him, I'd say that person is, pretty much fucking out of it when it comes to thinking rationally. So when you're dealing with somebody that's not thinking rationally, you have to be the one to think rationally, and you have to be the one to say, this motherfucker needs to go. It's either he dies and everybody else is safe, or we don't do anything and we keep him safe, but in the process, he could kill somebody else. An innocent person could be killed, but the victim, the criminal, he'll be alive. Or we can kill the criminal and the innocents will be alive. That's your choice. Keep innocents alive or keep the criminal alive. In this case, the cops did exactly that. They kept the innocents alive by killing the criminal. He didn't have to die. It wasn't necessary. All he had to do was act like a normal fucking human being and put his hands behind his back. I've been arrested for taking DWIs twice. 16 and 18 years old. I didn't fucking grab anybody's gun. I didn't grab a taser. And I'm still alive, gray hair and all today. Because I got a fucking brain in my head. Because when I commit a crime, I'm perfectly willing and capable of accepting that if I get caught, I fucked up. I'm not going to commit a crime and then when I get caught be like, nah, you ain't fucking taking me to jail. No, I'm like, you got me. That sucks. That's not how I wanted the night to end. But you got me. And I love, it's like, somehow too, it's like, I'm the asshole. I mean, not me personally, but like the white man for saying this shit. Like, we're the assholes. Why? Because we got brains in our head? You know how hard it is to get locked up? You know how stupid you gotta be, how much of a fucking idiot you have to be in today's world to actually get locked up? I know people that commit crimes all the time. They'll never get locked up. You know why? Because they're not fucking stupid. If you want to drive drunk, drive drunk. Look, you shouldn't. It's a bad thing to do. But, I mean, I've done it. I'm not saying I should have. I got away with drinking and driving. I fucking drove drunk 1,000 fucking times in my life growing up as an idiot. As a young fucking kid. Never got caught. You know why? Turn signals. Stopped at stop signs. I've actually been pulled over while buzzed on alcohol. But I kept my calm, kept my composure. No problem. What I didn't do was steal the fucking cop's taser and fucking try and shoot him with it. I just... God, people are fucking stupid. And if I gotta listen to one more fucking black person defend black people for being stupid, oh, he didn't deserve to die. Really? How many more things does he gotta do? Where's your threshold? Driving drunk, falling asleep in a parking lot, in a drive-thru, resisting arrest, assaulting a police officer, stealing the taser, fighting two cops, running, evading, and then aiming a taser. What the fuck do you gotta do in black people's eyes to deserve to get killed by a fucking cop nowadays? Jesus Christ. What do you gotta kill somebody first? Did one of the cops, did one of their wives or boyfriends, whoever, I don't know what their sexual preference is, did one of their spouses have to wake up to police knocking on the door saying that their husband is never going to make it home again before this guy deserved to die? Did somebody in the drive-thru have to deserve to die before this guy deserved to die? Just don't fucking break the law and run from police. Don't aim a goddamn taser at them. Why is this so fucking hard to understand? And then, this is the type of shit that when I see it, it's hard not to be racist. Because black people want to talk about white privilege and systemic racism. What about systemic racism when it comes to blacks automatically defending blacks? Where's that? Nobody talks about that. Everybody talks about systemic racism when it comes to whites. When people can't think of an actual source to cite where a white person is being racist, they go, and it's just systemic. White people are racist on a subconscious level. Even if they don't think they're racist, they're racist. Really? Because from where I'm sitting, black people are racist against whites. Because every time a black person dies at the hands of a white cop, black people automatically assume that the white cop is guilty and the black person was innocent. Isn't that a form of racism? Sounds to me like it is. You're automatically choosing that, you're deciding that a black person is innocent and a white person is guilty simply because the black person matches your skin tone and the white person doesn't. That's racist. You're not looking at the footage, you're not looking at the information, you're not looking at the facts. You're just saying this person's black, this person's white, therefore the black person's innocent and the white person's guilty. Isn't that racism? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Sounds like racism to me. Sounds like you don't give a fuck about who did what and how it went down. All that matters is Rayshard Brooks got shot in the back by a white cop, therefore the white cop is guilty. Doesn't matter that he fucking stole the gun or the taser. Doesn't matter that he was beating up both of the cops. Doesn't matter that he resisted arrest. Doesn't matter that he assaulted a police officer. Doesn't matter that there were dozens of innocent civilians in the parking lot. None of that matters. All that matters is he was black and he was killed by a white cop, therefore the cop must be racist. That makes no fucking sense. And I'm done again, because if I keep going, I'm just going to repeat myself.